Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, we haven't talked about this game in a long time, and it's pretty ridiculous. So, recently I was playing Pokemon Legends Arceus for a video I'm making titled, "Is Pokemon Legends Arceus still good in 2025? It's going to be like a 5-part segment. If you want to watch that, that's up to you. But anyways, I've noticed some things about the game that seems to be things that I'm not quite a fan of. Now, I haven't noticed this in 2022 when the game originally came out, but I'm noticing it now. Now, a couple of these things are game-based related, and a couple of these things are slow. Just like things that are really slow in the game. Now, this is kind of sad to me because Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out in about a couple months, maybe like 4 months or 5 months. Whenever the Switch 2 releases, I guarantee it's going to be like a Switch 2 kind of start game or release game. Anyways, things about the game that I think that it should be fixed by Legends ZA's time to release. Now, this includes, you know how you're playing the game, you start off the game and there's like 10,000 things of dialogue. And you already know how to catch a Pokemon, but it proceeds to tell you how to catch a Pokemon. And then the entire like tutorial thing is still holding your hand when you get to the, what is it? Is this an academy or something? The academy, and then you talk to the big professor guy, and then he's like, go out there and he give you Pokeballs, and then you go out to the field. You're still getting held your hand for at least another half an hour. You gotta catch Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon. That's not the bad part. It's just holding your hand, telling you, you gotta go here. You have to do that. That was the thing that really I thought, this is, it's still a really good game. But these are things that I hope that they should fix it in the future. Because, you know, by now, we already know how to catch a Pokemon. If this is something that you want to do, then make a different kind of slider or a different mode that you can click on, a non-held tutorial thing. Like, not gonna lie, I really do enjoy how it just shows up this little box that goes on the top and you're like, hey, you can just do that, and it's perfect. Another thing that I find that the game is, you know, it's showing a little bit of its age. It's not, you know, how do I say this? Now, the game itself looks fine, but in some places it looks a little bit old, if that makes the most sense. Because I was looking around and I was like, what is this? What's going on? Now, I do not think it's the Switch. I mean, it could be the Switch or it could just be the game. But I'm going around and sometimes it crashes on me. It's not like crashing, but it's like dropping its frame rate. I can't remember that happening about 3 years ago when I played the game, but it's happening now. It's sure as heck happening now. And this is pretty interesting. This is an interesting thing that hopefully they fix in Legends ZA. Now, there's one thing that really bothers me. Now, you know how you have to earn stars or whatever to progress the story or progress through the game? Now, if you've already played the game and you've already caught the Pokemon, there's not really any areas to explore because you pretty much know where you're going. There's a little bit of a problem when it comes to going and then catching Pokemon over and over again. Now, I do get that that is the main part of the game, but sometimes it feels a little bit repetitive because how this game works, you have to earn a certain amount of stars to have higher level Pokemon. Now, you can't catch your favorite Pokemon if you're under leveled. You're gonna have like a 1 in 10,000 chance to catch the Pokemon that you really want. Like, let's just say I started off the game and I went over to the big old Alpha Snorlax and I threw a Pokemon. Chances are he's not going to be caught. There's only a very slight chance that you might be able to catch him, but even then you still can't. I think that maybe it would be cool if they released the barrier on you catching things. You can catch in battle whatever you want. But then it comes to the idea that maybe the game won't be so balanced anymore if you do get rid of that. So honestly, the star thing is fine. It's a good way for first-time players to really step back and enjoy the game. Because I remember when I started playing the game, first time I ever played it, I actually was on the first area and I already had like 7 stars, which was crazy. I pretty much completed out the Pokedex before I even moved on to the next area. Yeah, it was like 5 or 7 stars or something like that before moving on to the next area, which was crazy. So overall, I do think that that is a good like implementation when it's really your first time playing. But if it's your second time playing, it seems a little bit like, oh man, I want to go to this area because I want to go and get my Snorlax or something. And then you can't go to that area because you got to get all the stars. And then you got to sit there and get all the stars. And it's a whole mess. So I wonder if they would do something like that to, like, you know, balance it out, I guess. Because, like, second time playing the game, it's a little hard because you're sitting there mashing buttons, first of all. Second of all, you're getting held your hand. And third of all, you got to catch the same Pokemon that you've already caught. Let's just say you beat the game and you're trying to play it again now. Those are the only things that I really have problems with right now in the game. I'm only at the first area, but I'm gonna be releasing that video hopefully soon because I think it's pretty interesting, my discoveries on the game again in like 2025, about 3 years after it came out. So overall, it's pretty interesting. Alright, so another thing that I think would be better in the game would be, you know how you have different mounts? Maybe they could fix this in Legends ZA, make it a dedicated button or something. You know how you have different ones? You have to scroll through the entire thing just to get there? I think Scarlet and Violet really did this super good. It automatically went to the water if you're going to the water. It made it so, you know, if you're riding on land, you had one Pokemon. Overall, I do think that that is a really good thing to have, the Scarlet and Violet way to, you know, catch Pokemon and stuff. Overall, I am just really excited for Pokemon Legends ZA, and I do hope that some of these little issues are fixed. Now, it's not really big issues. I'm just kind of, you know, sometimes I get really bored real fast if I'm doing the same thing over and over again, but it's not going fast enough. Now, you may say that I have a short attention span. That could be true, but I think that maybe making it so you can skip the entire dialogue would be something that would really help me stay into the game. Because when I was playing it last night I was playing it, and I was about to fall asleep because I just had to hit the button. And Pokemon Legends, after you do all the tutorial stuff, there's not really any like you know, talking in between characters that much anymore. So that's not really a big problem, but just at the start of the game, you really want to get thrown in there. Here, catch a Pokemon. Imagine if the game started like that. You get thrifted through a rift or whatever, and then you're just landing in a big open world or whatever. And instead of people talking, hello, how's it going? You're just into the world, and then you're just there, and it's like, all right, you press ZL or whatever to catch a Pokemon. You press ZR or whatever to run away. I don't know, whatever the case may be, it shows you that on screen. It's just like a little text bubble, or even just like a, you know, these what is it, like a little map that's in the middle of the screen, and it shows you the button to click to catch Pokemon. Anyways, you're on your merry way, and then you finally get to the town that you really want. I think that Legends ZA should really make this a thing. So yeah, what do you think about this? Do you think that Pokemon Legends Arceus, these are some really reasonable things to be a little bit, you know, annoyed about? Or do you think, nah, the game's perfect, 100% perfect, and there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever? I mean, hey, I accept it. I accept it because maybe you just don't get as bored as easily, you know? I don't know, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about all of this Nintendo Pokemon nonsense? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. With that being said, have a fantastic day and see you in the next one.